Hey world, it's Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, and today for this video I've got my boy Fandango, my heel horse, driving horse, liberty horse, lay down horse, soccer horse, shooting horse, a little bit of everything horse, national champion gaited horse. Fandango is a Pasofino, about 7 years old, and he does a little bit of everything. But today's video we're going to be working on precision backing. Biggest thing for backing, before you can talk about precision backing or different circles and turns and guiding them backwards, number one, you want them guiding well forwards, and whether it's two-handed or one-handed, it's as simple as this. Whenever two reins are on them, they should be going straight. Two reins and two legs, they need to go straight. Then whenever you're going to turn, when a leg and a rein come off of them, they need to head that direction. If you don't have this understood going forward, the odds of you getting it going backwards are slim. The next thing that you need to put in place is they need to back well. And when I say back well, that means you need to be able to ask them to back. Walk them up here. Ho. So my calves are on him. Now I'm going to start wiggling my spurs towards him. I'll want, whenever I ask him to back, that he keeps backing until I ask for something different. But if you look here, whenever I'm backing him, look how there's two reins and two legs touching him. Very important. Some people wave their legs way out here and they're not touching with their calves. Well, then you can't turn because he won't feel that leg come off of you. So you gotta make sure that your legs are staying on him whenever you're backing, so he knows where to go. The next pro tip that you want to think about is wherever I look forward, chest, hips, and belly button, that's where I'm aiming my horse. So a lot of times we're looking over our shoulder, well, that makes the horse want to turn. Or we're looking down at our horse and we're not really giving them direction. Every time that I want to turn, I just take a leg and a rein off of him. I want to turn. Look this way, take a leg off, release, take a leg off, ask him back, take a leg off. And depending on how much you want to work on this, so right here, if he had his head down, there we go, he'd be backing better. So I can lower my hands and ask him to drop his head a little bit, and notice how much easier he's backing with his head down. Why is that? He backs better with his head down than with his head up, because when he picks his head up, he flattens out his back, and now his belly is in the way of his legs. If he rounds his back up, if he drops his head and backs like that, that rounds his back up and gives his back feet somewhere to go. So, in this case, if I want to work on precision backing, something we don't work on too much, we steer a little bit, and we do a lot of backing, but we don't work on too many circles or too many triangles, rectangles, things like that. That would be more for somebody who does extreme cowboy races or obstacle challenges. What I would look to do is drop his head first, and I'm not going to touch his face, unless he picks his head up. Nor am I going to pull him back with his face. Give him a little breather there. The next thing that I want to make sure whenever I'm backing is that I say ho whenever I'm going to stop him. That starts letting him know that, oh, I should keep backing until he asks me for something else. If you'll notice the way that I'm steering him using his shoulders. Some people back the horse up and try to steer him with their butt. The problem with that is if his back end is the motor, I can keep him backing up through turns because his butt stays under him. If I reach back here and try to push on his butt and get his butt around, when he disengages, he's not backing, so that's going to slow up his back up. So I prefer to use the shoulders to steer whenever I'm backing up, because we can keep backing as we're turning. Oh, good job, buddy. So a couple key takeaways to this. Whenever you're going to back up, get your horse where you start moving your feet and he starts backing. When he starts backing, stop moving your feet. He takes a few steps on his own, ho. Say ho before he stops. Of course, if you move your feet, he backs up and he stops. When he stops, you start moving your feet again. Pro tip number 2, Keep your calves on him so he knows to go straight. Keep 2 reins on him so he knows to go straight. Some people back up and they bring their hands all over the place and they lose their guides. Pro tip number 3, the quickest way to get your horse backing his steering well is have him moving his shoulders well, so that when you're backing and you guide him here, it feels just like guiding whenever he goes forward. That whenever a leg comes off, he moves those shoulders wherever you want. Ho. Good boy. Pro tip number 5. Whenever you want to get your horse backing up more efficiently, get them to drop their head. So my hands here are only going to talk to him if he tries to pick his head up. I'm going to round my back up just like that. Ho. The lower and longer he carries his head, the more it's going to pick his belly up and allow him to bring his back feet underneath him. The easier it is for him, the quicker he's going to back up. The more efficient he is, the quicker he's going to back up. And last but not least, try to get a minimum of every session. I love to end the sessions. You know, we've been riding forward the whole session. End every session with 300 feet of backing up. And you will get a horse that's so good at backing up, but not only that, you'll build their top line, you'll get them putting their weight over their rear end, and you'll make them such a handier horse. After I spent some time with Stacy Westfall, she said, Michael, you go forward enough. For 8 hours, all we did was practice different methods of getting the horse to back up, and wow, how it's helped my horsemanship and made them so much handier and built their butts up. Have them putting their weight over their butt, driving from their back end, really helps your horse a lot. So back up more. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.